Today on the show, we're going to take it back to my action figure beginnings.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Matt and Stu Review, where we're taking a look at your favorite toys from yesterday and today. Stuart, what do we have on the table?
Today, we have the NECA Footbot from their Last Ronin line. And one of the first action figures we ever looked at was from that same line. I thought, kind of bringing it back now.
Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah, so some NECA figures. I think I'm getting more familiar with them. And they're calling it a Footbot.
It's a Footbot. So this is in the future when there's only one turtle left who's kind of fighting a, authoritative regime. These are the new Footbots. You know, that authoritative regime, of course, is run by the ancestors of Shredder, or the descendants of Shredder.
I mean, it couldn't be generations later. How long did Ninja Turtles live?
Well, okay, it's like Shredder's grandson.
Okay, yeah. So they're old man turtles.
Yeah, and
Robo.
The Last Ronin line is one of the figures that like really got me back into action figure collecting. As you can see, it's plain on this figure as well. The detail and the kind of like grim grittiness that Last Ronin brought to the Ninja Turtle property is just really cool. It's hard, like, when you grew up in the 90s, it's hard to say no to such a cool, grown-up, grim and gritty, old turtle story.
Yeah, I mean, the paint and everything like that is super cool. Good shading, good level of detail in here. You know, like all the little like tubes and hoses and things like that for all of his legs. Seems like decent posability, and they've done a good job of like hiding some of the joints. There are some pin joints here in the arms. I don't know if that's like a NECA thing or not. I can't remember.
They go back and forth.
Okay. And then, but cool body articulation, the overmolded or the kind of rubberized cowl. So it's got a little bit of movement there. It's pretty cool.
Really cool figure. Really cool face on it too. I like that it's like an updated Foot Clan, but he would fit just fine fighting, now timeline turtles.
Yeah, sure.
He looks basically
wouldn't really
like
matter.
a Foot Clan member. He's also got these extending arms, which are pretty cool. So
that's what that is. Okay.
There's the armored piece. Apparently, when he's getting ready for battle, that the armor can all splay out and then allow for this extra long kind of arm piece here. So that's a feature we haven't really seen, kind of a way to morph the body of the figure.
Weird. So he's got like Robo Punch or something like that, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Like extended punch hands. That's pretty cool. And then looks like, let's take a look at some of the accessories included too.
Yeah, so overall he's a pretty simple figure, especially with accessories. He's got two katanas here that slot into his sheath there on the back. He's got a couple of different hands. He's got some open hands, some holding hands for a weapon, and then some punching hands. And then he actually comes with these two pieces, which are both damaged versions of his own head. So these are more like diorama pieces you could put in your if you had Last Ronin setup.
If you had your Last Ronin that maybe decapitated him or chopped him up or something like that.
Yeah, and I feel like
some cool battle damage.
That's something that NECA does really well, is they may not always give you accessories for the figure to hold or do things with, but they give you really cool diorama accessories that really like add to your action figure photography.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's a cool thing to add in, especially for a foot soldier that's like clearly some fodder for the Ninja Turtles to be chopping up. That's that's a pretty cool and very like gruesomely damaged ones here, which is pretty cool. Like actually punched through head or something like that. Maybe like Donatello's staff.
I think there's actually a staff that fits into that hole.
Oh, cool. Okay,
so it is pretty cool.
So how much did this guy cost?
He was a $34.99 figure.
Okay, so he's
definitely on the higher end of collectibles.
So you wouldn't want to have an army of these necessarily. It would cost a lot to have like a whole play set with like 6 of them or something.
It'd be an expensive one to army build for sure.
Yeah.
And I didn't choose to even buy 2. I bought 1. I thought he's cool. I'll definitely do some photos with him fighting Ninja Turtles, but I didn't need an army.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it's good for, especially like with the Last Ronin, you're gonna have 1 figure at a time. You're not gonna have a lot of turtles, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? Are there what other figures are in that Last Ronin line?
Originally, I thought I might order get all of the Last Ronin figures, but they have expanded the line so much that it even goes beyond the Last Ronin story. So now there's 4 new turtles that are cloned from the old turtles.
Leave it to Ninja Turtles to have an expanded toy line, right?
Yes, right. Yeah, so now there's the 4 new turtles. They have flashbacks in the story, so they're doing figures of the characters from the flashbacks as well as from the current timeline of the story. So there's way too many.
Seems very standard for
I
mean,
huge.
Ninja Turtles was built to sell toys, so
definitely.
I mean, it only makes sense that that any new iteration of it would have too many toys.
Personally, I'm really happy that the Last Ronin came along and like
Yeah.
revitalized the Turtles, and especially kind of the classic TMNT Mirage version, kind of brought it
Yeah, a little
into the
grittier.
modern,
Mhm.
era.
I'm excited for, the current, all the things that are happening with Last Run. I'm obviously a fan of Ninja Turtles because I was born in '85.
Yeah.
So, but it's pretty exciting.
So Matt, do you prefer a human foot soldier or a robot foot soldier?
That's a tough question. I think I prefer a robot foot soldier, but not this robot foot soldier.
Fair.
I think he's like a little funky. I just don't like the art style of him. You know what I mean? I'm sure
Yeah.
it's very true to the comic. I don't know. It's tough. Actually, my favorite foot soldier figures were from the original movie Foot
Those
Soldiers.
were the best.
They were like gritty and cool, and like they looked really good as far as like
mesh over their eyes
yeah.
and the red bandana over their like full face mask. Those, yeah.
But I liked the foot soldiers from the cartoon. But the foot soldiers from the cartoon, the figures of them were goofy.
Oh yeah, they were like gorilla,
big jelly bean heads
weird
and stuff. Like I never liked the toys, so it's tough. If this was more like like more like the cartoon, I think I'd be more into it. And it's not meant to be, so that's fine. But I think I'm gonna go with robot because I like them being able to actually slice them up.
I was gonna say
in the kids show.
I like the idea of the human Foot Clan, but at the same time, I mean, there are limitations in fighting them with swords and size.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to see a size stab through something.
If you want to
Not
see him
just
get stabbed, it's got to be a robot.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
And we want to hear from you. Do you prefer your foot soldiers of the human variety or the robot variety? And Matt, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this figure?
all right. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to rate this a 7. I think as far as like a figure and everything like that, it does really well. It looks really good. Posability seems good. Decent amount of accessories. Maybe it would be cool to have some more weapons for a foot soldier because I would imagine they're going to have some more things.
Maybe a blaster.
Yeah, like a blaster or something like that. I'm not giving him a better rating only because I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm just not, the art style is not appealing to me. The face looks very like Fallout 2, kind of like
I could see that.
like the weird peak to like bird-like head. So yeah, 7 out of 10. What about you, Stuart?
I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I have a little more love for the property. I did read the comics. I was familiar with the character model. He's a pretty cool reinterpretation of that sort of foot soldier from when we were kids. He still has some of those goofy proportions. Maybe that's why they gave him those extra long arms.
Oh, it does. It's a little bit of an ape guy throwback.
Yeah, he sits at an 8 with me.
Okay, cool.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been the Footbot from NECA's Last Ronin line.
And if you like toys and reviews like these, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.